a unicorn in edtech space. This led him to start a new venture, UPrep, Learning Solutions Private Limited, in March 2020, along with his co-founder Deepak Bunde. Mr. Krishna was recognized as one of the emerging top 25 entrepreneurs from Telangana, and his entrepreneurial journey is featured in the book Made in Hyderabad. So, dear friends, we are going to get lot of motivational thoughts as well as process to become an entrepreneur from such kind of personality. We never have this kind of opportunity. And today I am inviting to Mr. Krishna Rao Garu to this platform. I am requesting him to bless our student as well as interact with our student to clear their all kinds of doubts and their future endeavor. I am requesting you, Krishna Rao sir, to continue his delivery. Thank you, sir. Sir, please.
Yes, yes. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So I know it is very difficult on the Zoom for all of you to say good morning at the same time, but I'm sure as we go along, I need this session to be very interactive. Wherever people would like to come in, you need to come in and you need to engage with me, because this is not a session wherein I'm going to talk and you're going to just listen. Okay. So can you see the slide that I'm able to, can everyone see the PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Just give me a second, sir. I'm just doing some settings so that I can see the audience also. Okay. Just give me a second. Just give me a couple of minutes. I'm just trying to set up so that we don't have an interruption in between.
Yeah, please.
All good, all good. Sorry for inconvenience, but I think now I'm all set for the session. So I can see every message that people are trying to post here, and I hope you are able to hear me well. and my presentation is also very clear to you. Can you see my presentation, which has Krishna Akula, founder and CEO UPrep?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Wonderful. So, sir, I have the good idea about the class who is attending, but still, if you can quickly share with me who are the audience in this class, so that in this webinar, so that I'll be able to address the audience properly.
Sir, audiences are from various branches of BTech, engineering and MBA.
Yeah.
And as well as faculty fraternity of our college.
Awesome. Awesome. Sir, I cannot hear you properly. Can you be a little louder? Hello?
Sir.
No, Soumendra, sir, I heard you. I see 195A, A5.
Okay, sir, I will unmute. Unmuted, sir.
I think one of the faculties wants to say something.
Someone is trying.
Okay, fine. No problem, sir. That's okay.
Okay,
that's
sir.
okay.
Someone is trying to speak. Okay, sir. Start, sir, please.
Yes. Okay. So if you can unmute yourself so that Mr. CH, if you can unmute yourself. Thank you so much. So students, I know it's very difficult to have a session like this, but I'll make it interesting and let's learn entrepreneurship or understand entrepreneurship. So Soumendra sir gave a wonderful introduction about me, my background. Let me quickly share with you. I'm an entrepreneur right from the age of 17. I started my career along with my engineering from CBIT, helping students prepare for engineering entrance, 10th board exams, 12th board exams, and engineering entrances. I started in a small room with four of my neighbor students. And by the time I was in my final year engineering, I was running an institute with 250 children, preparing with me, and my batchmates, my juniors, my seniors were my, my employees or my partners in my business. And I enjoyed education as a profession so well that post my engineering from CBIT, I worked with an educational corporate in Mumbai called IMS. I worked with them for 2 years. And post that, once again, that entrepreneur in me came back and I started another business, which is a career launcher franchisee in 2002. And I had a wonderful time between 2002 to 2005, building that business. And it's like money was not in the equation at that point in time. So I always wanted to pursue MBA. I went on to do my MBA from Oxford University. The Scythe Business School. It's a top 10 business school during those days, even now. And post that, I had a short stint with Nestle, but deep within, there was an entrepreneur in me that brought me back to India, built a business in Nagpur, got a good exit in 2013. I always desired to build a tech-based company, which is scalable. So that helped me to build this company called Learnpedia, which is doing well. We provide our technology and content to 150 plus coaching institutes in India and almost 300 schools in India. And that's what we do at Learnpedia. But I have much bigger dream to achieve as an entrepreneur. So I'm building another company called UPrep, which started in post, it was a pre-pandemic plan, but started initiating post-pandemic. So that's what I do for my living. And I enjoy entrepreneurship. I motivate, mentor. I might have mentored more than 100 plus entrepreneurs till date. And I'm also rewarded as one of the emerging entrepreneurs from Hyderabad in a very interesting book called Made in Hyderabad. My story is written there. It's a good book to pick up and read. Not only my story of another 25 interesting entrepreneurs who are making this united Andhra, Telangana, Andhra, guys coming from Hyderabad trying to build big businesses. So that's a quick background about me. And I would like to have this session of entrepreneurship, the phases of entrepreneurship. It's very difficult to define a phase of an entrepreneur. So I have my own way of telling the same story a little differently. But I'll definitely cover this concept or idea of phases of entrepreneurship. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with that. And for that, for my session to be good, I'll appreciate if you can post something on the messaging. I hope, sir, students are allowed to message, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
just say
Yes,
say
sir.
like this. I'll take it.
Yes,
Your
yes.
thumbs up is enough. Yeah. So I'll give you a chance to speak. I'll take the name, then you can unmute yourself and speak, because I don't like this to be a lecture of one side. I would like to have a lot of interaction wherein you should enjoy what I'm saying, and you should live with me. If you're not living with me, you're just attending for the sake of attending, doesn't make sense. Okay, wonderful. So what do you think, children? What do you think? Are entrepreneurs born or made? And your answer should not be just saying entrepreneurs are born. If they are born, why do you think they are born? If you think they are made, you should tell me why they are made. Okay, go ahead, guys. I want, I think someone raised the hand. Sir, please go ahead and speak. 19A55, I think you raised your hand. Please go ahead and share your thoughts. Are entrepreneurs born or made? Okay, they are made. Good. Sir, would you like to share why do you think that they are made? Is that a student or sir?
Student, sir.
Okay, go ahead. No, I'll appreciate if you speak, not through messaging. I want few people who can speak, come on board, unmute yourself and share your thoughts. Why do you think? See, just imagine this is a normal classroom. This is like any other classroom. You raise your hand, you want to speak, please go ahead. I need you to talk. I want this to be interactive. Anyone? Good. They are born, sir, because they're the people who want to change the society by born itself. Okay. Unmute is not allowing. Okay. Sir, will students have a problem unmuting?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Sir, for my session, I love them. Don't worry,
sir.
they will not trouble me.
Okay, sir. We will unmute them.
I'm not a regular teacher. Don't worry.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
Yeah, sir. They are made, sir.
Why do you think so?
Because they come over in the society and they choose the opportunities, but not by the burning.
Very good. So according to what's your name, beta?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Bhargav Naidu Reddy, sir.
Bhargav.
Bhargav Naidu.
Bhargav Naidu. Very good, Bhargav. Bhargav, you can actually change your name there. There's an option on the top where you can rename yourself. Okay.
Where it is?
No, it's on the top. You need to check for yourself. Either you are an engineer or an MBA. You should know how to do this. Explore the options. Wonderful. So very good. Bhargav says they are born because they're born with an innate talent or a trait to look for opportunities and grab the opportunities. Wonderful. Grab the opportunities. That's what Bhargav says. Anyone wants to say anything more? Okay, another. Prashant says they are born. Go ahead, Prashant. Why do you think they are born? Unmute yourself and you can speak. Yes. Prashant, would you like to speak? There are so many students in this room. I want it to be interactive, children. Yeah, go ahead, Prashant.
They are born from the individual ideas and they can develop their own career in this entrepreneurship. Okay. And also they are born and every engineer must be independent. They has own ideas to earn and get height in the attitude. So for the purpose, they have to born and made that.
Okay, so you think it's not about just being born. They should have some talents, some opportunities, some ideas. They need to be made as well. So you're saying they are not only born, entrepreneurs need to be made. That means there should be some kind of training, learning to become entrepreneurs. Wonderful. So they need to build some skill sets to become an entrepreneur. Very good. Prashant says they need to be both born as well as they need to build some skills. Wonderful. That's the build skills. That's what Prashant is trying to share. Wonderful. Someone raised the Chandrasekhar Nami. Go ahead, Chandrasekhar. Share your thoughts.
Sir, I am ready. Gunadi. Again, I am speaking.
Bhargav, wait. There is someone who wants to take a chance. What's his name? Who was that? Who raised hand? Chandrasekhar. Chandrasekhar. Is that Chandrasekhar? I'm waiting for you.
Chandrasekhar, we are unmuting you. Just accept that.
Thank you so much, sir. Admin, thank you so
Sir,
much. Yeah.
Sir, I agree with the answer made.
Yeah.
Sir,
English లోనే మాట్లాడాలని లేదు. If you think that if you can communicate better in Telugu, please go ahead and speak in Telugu. నేను తెలుగు వాడినే. I understand
Okay, sir.
Telugu. కానీ I want you to share your thoughts fully. If it's in English,
Yes,
wonderful. Telugu
Yes,
is
sir.
also great. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, I will go with made.
Okay.
As a common student, we look after the surroundings where the problems are made. So
Very
he
good.
work for the development of the surroundings and incomes also. So he will work for the made entrepreneur is made because he faced so much of problems in his life. So he think about the same situation how his people present around himself. So I think I will go with made.
Okay. According to Shekhar, he believes that it's all about problems around you in the society, and I look for problem around. And as an entrepreneur, I need to be made to build solutions to solve those problems. So that's a wonderful thought, Shekhar. I like the approach that you took. Problems and solutions is all about entrepreneurship. Wonderful. Any more ideas? I'll take one more. For this, I'll take one more. Anyone? 3 participants raised, and I give anyone a chance. I'm okay with anyone. Let the admin decide whom to give a chance.
Okay. 486, I'm unmuting you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'll go with entrepreneurships are made.
Very good. I like it. Go ahead. What's your name, beta?
Vandana, sir.
Vandana. Very good. A woman entrepreneur talking. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Actually, entrepreneurship is like developing an idea. They are made because based on the circumstances around them and based on the needs of the society, in order to satisfy the needs and in order to make beneficial things for the society, either in economical way or in any way. Actually, they are made. They are developed skills in a person for various reasons.
Wonderful. I just forgot your name. Repeat.
Vandana, sir.
Vandana. I remember that. Yeah. Wonderful, Vandana. Vandana says, there's so many needs. There are so many pain points in this world. There are so many problems, as our Shekhar said, problems and solutions. Here is another woman entrepreneur talking to me saying that, hey, there are so many requirements in this society. There are situations around us which deal with a lot of needs around us, and people need to have great ideas. It could be economical or otherwise, which have to give solutions to these needs. Wonderful. I like the thought. Now, if you ask me, are entrepreneurs born or made? I would not like to answer it now. Maybe my thought process will cover as we go ahead, and as we go ahead, you will also realize what is it about. Okay, so the answers will lie as we go. Wonderful. Narendra Kumar, you will get a chance, Narendra, next. The next question is to you. Narendra Kumar, you can, someone, sir, admin can help you to unmute. So discover an entrepreneur. Now that's a very interesting question. Now I'm saying it's very important for us to discover an entrepreneur in us. I strongly believe there is an entrepreneur in each one of us. We exhibit various skill sets. Now, but entrepreneurship, the degree of entrepreneurship, is it on a scale of 1 to 10? Is my degree of entrepreneurship 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5? So when I say degree of entrepreneurship, I am saying entrepreneurship is not everybody's cup of tea. Entrepreneurship is not everybody's cup of tea, but I am saying there is entrepreneur in each one of us in this world. Because, every day, if you go back and see, we as human beings, don't you think we try to grab opportunities in life? Don't we grab opportunities in life? Yes, we try to grab opportunities in life. Don't we solve the problems, the needs of the family that we live in? మన అమ్మకి ఏమైనా అవసరం ఉంది, మన నాన్నకి ఏమైనా అవసరం ఉంది, మన చెల్లికి ఏమైనా అవసరం ఉంది, అవసరాన్ని తీరుస్తున్నాం మనం. There is need that we are satisfying in some form or the other, right? Emotionally, in some form we are satisfying. That is may not be direct entrepreneurship as an entrepreneurship definition we have, but I'm saying, don't we solve the needs of the people around us? We do solve them. Don't we solve problems around us? Don't we look for solutions for problems around us? We keep looking for it. Are we not building skills every day? Are we not building skills every day to build a good life for ourselves and people around us and the family around us? We do that, right? So there is entrepreneur within us. But the question is, the real definition of entrepreneurship there, I'm saying, just let me one second, just give me a second. Okay, so I'm saying the degree of entrepreneurship, I'm saying on a scale of 0 to 10, maybe you are at 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10. Maybe if I take 5, 5 as a middle range of entrepreneurship, if you are on this side, I'm sure you will definitely become an entrepreneur in life. But if your degree is somewhere this side, your degree of entrepreneurship is maybe below, you want to be an entrepreneur, maybe you're not have that strong desire deep within to become an entrepreneur. So maybe that is, entrepreneur, I would like it as entrepreneur plus, maybe here I'll put it as entrepreneur minus. Okay, I am saying this is the middle point, which is 5 on a scale of 5. I'm saying it's very important for you to discover entrepreneur in you. And I keep saying this, if you are really an entrepreneur, or you have a mindset of an entrepreneur, or do you have a skill set of an entrepreneur, or you have personality of an entrepreneur, it keeps changing with time. What I'm trying to tell you here is, maybe today you might be an entrepreneur on a scale of 10, you might be here. I'll change the color and do it. I'm saying you may be somewhere here. As an entrepreneur today, you might be here. Okay, there might be few people who might be here, and there might be someone who is here already. Are bhaiya, life lo evana cheste nenu entrepreneur ne aita, nenu business e chesta, I will not get into a job. That kind of kids might be already there in this room, right? He's always an entrepreneur. But what about this guy? Yes, he's also heading towards being an entrepreneur. What about this person? Can he become an entrepreneur? Yes. Now the question is, today is here, can he go there? Does he have that desire or willingness, or the opportunities, the needs? Are they heading or pushing him towards entrepreneurship? So I'm saying it's very important for us to discover, is there an entrepreneur deep within us? So I would like to take you to a very small story wherein I discovered the entrepreneur in me. When did I discover entrepreneur in me? Okay, so let me give you some background about my schooling. I went to I come from a family wherein my mom and dad are not educated for multiple reasons. And I went to a good school. I went to a good convent school in Hyderabad called St. Mark's Boys Town High School. And I was always an all-rounder. When I say always an all-rounder, I was good at academics. I used to come first in the class all throughout, especially during my pre-primary, primary. Maybe when I got into high school, because of my sports, my rank in the class might have gone down, but I used to play various sports. I was an all-rounder. I was into sports, co-curricular, public speaking, debate, elocution, essay writing, name anything, I used to participate, whether I used to win it or not. I used to play every sport possible at school. Now, just to give you an idea, I was also, I played hockey for Andhra State, the United Andhra State, when I was in 8th standard. And I represented Andhra State in hockey. So that's the kind of background I come from. Why am I telling you all this is, I'm sharing few thoughts so that you understand how I discovered an entrepreneur in me. So I was like that. I was an extrovert all throughout. Now, here comes my family and my mom and dad. So my mom is a housemaker, taking care of the house, but a very sharp lady. If you ask me, she's a born entrepreneur. And but she is an housewife. Now, just to give you an idea, then you can imagine what I'm talking. Today, she's 74, but she still makes, being a homemaker at home, she doesn't take care of the house today, but still she makes 15 to 20 grand every month, even today. She does some level of business even today. So I'm saying she's a born entrepreneur. I'll come to her later. But by then, we are a very simple middle class. When I was in my 8th standard, I'm telling you a story when I was in 8th standard. My dad is a small scale pearls dealer. When I say a pearls dealer, Hyderabad is famous for pearls. So my dad was in the business of pearls. And wherein he used to work in a shop before, he left the job and he started doing trading. Okay. So, I mean, in this, I'm setting up the story first so that you understand where I'm coming from. Okay. So my dad, I used to remember as a kid, right from my, from the time I got conscious, 5th, 6th, 7th standard, I remember my mom used to tell my dad, "Are neeku business cheyadam radu." Mamma, ma nanto cheppedi. She used to tell him, "You don't know how to do business." Do you know why? Because my dad was more like a wholesale dealer. He used to buy pearls in bulk. Like, for example, he used to buy, say, 1 kg of pearls. Now, 1 kg of pearls, but they are raw pearls. They have, say, 100 varieties of pearls in that 1 kg. So he used to sit at home, he used to separate those pearls, the good quality, the bad quality. Even in good quality, there are so many varieties. He used to separate the varieties, the round one separately, the long one separately, like that. Say, he used to separate into various varieties. So all that effort converts, say, if he has bought on an average for 10 grams, if it costed him, say, 100 rupees. Because of this separation and effort, he can sell that entire thing maybe on an average, maybe around at 500 rupees. But that 500 is happening because the same 100 rupee lot gets into various varieties. A variety that can be sold at 200 or 300 or 700 or 800, 1500. If he's lucky, he might have some, 20 grams of very high quality pearls lying in that, which could be sold at 2000 rupees per 10 grams. So that's the business he was into. Okay. So now I'm coming to the point. My dad used to sell, say, 100 rupee unit, which is sold in a retail outlet. When I say retail outlet, a showroom. And what he used to buy at, say, 100 rupees, some quality of pearl, which is sold at, say, 1000 rupees in a retail market. Now, in his neighborhood, in his friends and family, he used to sell it only for 200 rupees. Okay. The point is, here is a neighbor. If he was to go to a showroom, he can buy it for 1000 rupees, whereas my dad used to sell him for just 200 rupees. And my mom used to say, "You're stupid. You don't know how to do business. The same 100 rupees thing, you could have sold it easily for 600, because that neighbor knows that in the shop it's going to be sold for 1000. Why don't you sell it for 600? Why are you selling for 200? My dad used to say, "Are mana 100 rupalake paddadi kada, I 200 istunanu. I got it for 100, I'm selling it for 200, that's fine." But my mom used to say, when there's an opportunity to sell it for 600 and still Make your neighbor happy because he's getting a 40% discount. Still, he's going to be happy at 600, and you can be happy by making 500 out of it. That's how a business needs to be built. That's what my mother used to tell my dad. And I used to hear this as a kid. I used to hear this every day. If not every day, at least twice, once in a week or twice in a week. I used to hear right from the time I was in 6th standard. So there was some business happening at home. I was listening. And here comes an opportunity. My dad, when I was in my 8th standard, somewhere, he said, by then I went for this hockey tournaments and all that. So I was comfortable traveling here and there. So my dad said, hey, Krishna, naku arogyam baaledu. You need to go and deliver some pearls in this place called Guntur. And he gave me the address. Those days, we never used to have phones, mobile phones, nothing. I'm talking about a story of 1991. My dad told me, just take these pearls, go to this guy. He gave me 5 different packets, and every packet had 40 grams in it. 1 tula is 10 grams, 40 grams. So 4 tulas in each packet and 5 different qualities. He said, just go show these pearls. Whatever he likes, he'll take it. He'll pay you the money, get the cash home. That was the only job. But here, there was something happening deep within me, something really happening inside my head. All throughout, when I was in the bus, I was thinking, what do I do? My dad wrote on that 100 rupees, 200 rupees per 10 grams, 500 rupees for, there was one set of 200, one set of 300, one set of 500, one set of 800. Like that, he gave me 5 packets. He gave me the packets. And it had he wrote using a pencil, 200, 300, 500 on the packets. Are you guys with me? Are you guys with me in the story? If yes, mention yes in the chat box. I need to know whether you are living with me. Everyone, mention yes in the chat box. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let me check whether you are listening or not. What is the size of the packet? How many packets were given to me? Very good, brilliant, brilliant. That's lovely. So 5 packets, each packet had 40 grams, and I went there with those packets. And on the way, I said, hey, I removed, that I was taking a chance. I using an eraser, I put it in my bag and just erased all the numbers on the packet. And I was thinking, what do I do? And I put a number to it. Wherever my dad said 200, I put a number 2. If it was 300, I put a number 3. If it was a 500, I put a number 5. 800, I put a number 8, so that I remember what is that value. Because I don't know, right? I don't know the pearls. I went there. Guys, I took a very interesting thing there. I took a risk. Now, what is that risk that I took? The risk that I took there was I gave that 300 rupee thing, I said it is 600. 200, I said 400. 500, I said 1,000. 800, I said 1,600. I doubled the price. Instantaneously, my brain wanted me to take that decision. I took that decision. I sold the 300 packet for 600. It was 4 tula, 4 6, 2,400. 2,400 money was a big money those days, guys. 2,400 is not 2,400 of today. 2,400 was a big money. Those days, I think 2,400, maybe 1 tula of gold. Little less, maybe I don't remember. Maybe Google, you'll get to know, which is no less than 50,000 today. So I sold it and I took the risk. And when I was coming back home, I was not sure because my dad was a very strict guy. My dad never liked to sell at a higher price. He used to fight with my mother every day, but he never used to sell at a higher price. But I sold it. I sold it. And when I was coming back home, I was not sure whether I should say everything or I should not say. I don't know. I was a kid. But I remember I came back and I said, okay, taking a bigger risk of not telling both my mother and father is going to be very risky. And I did not want to steal the money. Trust me. My purpose was not stealing that money at all, because I was a kid who was getting decent, what you call pocket money every day, because I was the youngest of 30 cousins that we are. So I used to get money from every brother and every sister around me. So that was not an issue at all for me. The issue was I wanted to do this. I wanted to sell it for 600 or maybe double the price. And it happened. And I came home and said, Mom, you always keep telling that your dad doesn't know how to do business. I have done business today. Instead of selling at 300, I sold this packet at 600. My mom was very happy. Are banchi business right? My mom, so technically she gained 1200 because she gave 1200 to my father and said, he got this money. And out of that 1200, she gave me 500 and she kept 700 with her. And she said, this is your pocket money and you do whatever you want, you buy whatever you want. And I was a guy who used to save a lot of money those days. And I discovered an entrepreneur in me on that day. I'm telling you this story because there is something deep within in the story. I'll come to that a little later. Meanwhile, I want at least 4 of you sharing some kind of an entrepreneurial story in you. Anything that happened in your life till date. Share an experience. Guys, don't worry. It can be short, sweet, and quickly share something that you did in your life. I'm looking forward. I'm waiting for it. Yes, someone raised hand. Okay. So your admin is asking you to raise hand. Okay, Krishna Vamsi raised hand. Wonderful, Krishna Vamsi. Go ahead. Tell your story. Whoever got an unmute, please accept it and go ahead.
Vamsi, you please unmute yourself.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Is that Vamsi?
No, sir, Bhargav Naidu Reddy.
Okay. Bhargav, can we give chance to Vamsi first and then I'll give you a chance. You've already spoken. Just give me you will be the second in line. Let's see.
Sir. Okay.
Vamsi, go ahead. Okay.
Vamsi, raise your hand, please. 245. No, sir.
Okay. So Bhargav, continue. Maybe Vamsi will come back. Go ahead, Bhargav.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I won't done any job, but I have like a consultancy, sir.
Okay.
Okay, my father is what should I say, like a small scale industry person.
Okay.
But he have lost the granites. At that moment of losing time, I have decided to give a best opportunity to my father when I was in the 10th class. At that time, many of the schemes was given by the government, like poultry farm and some of the agri-based industries and brick industry, which will deal with the government. And I was chosen the brick industry which will get the more beneficial, because today nowadays all the world is constructed with the technology, and the technology needs some of the buildings, so that I have chosen that. And moreover, I have chosen the poultry farm too, sir. Okay, I have gave the best idea that dealing with the government for the schemes which will change every 6 months.
Okay.
That the bricks content of 5, each piece consists of 5 to 6 rupees. If we give to the government, it will cost 4 to 5 rupees, and the 1 rupees cost decrease.
Okay.
But more pieces of bricks will be sold, sir.
Okay.
Moreover, we will get the benefit through that. And we're coming to the poultry farm, and desi hens will be more crazy about in the towns, sir.
Okay.
So and I used to take the dealership between the 2 desi farms.
Okay.
And I decide, I have not chosen this to my father, but I have given some of the consultants to many of the members, sir, those who come to my home.
Wonderful. No, I got you, Bhargav. So Bhargav, what he's saying is, he never did business, but when he saw an opportunity that his existing dad's business was not doing great, or there was some problem. When his dad was looking at various opportunities, he consulted his father with his knowledge, and he checked at various opportunities, and he looked at which opportunity can give more business or more profits, and he guided, or he consulted his father. He gave consulting to his father and helped him to do better business. Wonderful. Well, it's a great experience, Vamsi. There is definitely an entrepreneur in you. Yeah. So before I go to other stories, I know people are raising hands. There is something interesting that I should have asked first, which which I think when I was asking when Bhargav was telling the story, I realized there is something that I should have asked, which let me ask now, and then we'll come to the stories. So first, before like in a sense, before we go to the 3 more stories, because I'm going to give a chance to 3 more people to tell the story. Okay, so let me ask all of you, what is that one thing? What is that one skill? What is that one personality trait? One thing that an entrepreneur should have? How would I discover? So I'm saying, when I go to this, I'm saying discover an entrepreneur in you. What do you think? What do you think is that one skill that entrepreneurs should have to become an entrepreneur? What is that one skill? Only one. You can send a message. You can keep typing. Everyone can type. Keep typing. Put a message there. Problem solving based on situation. Very good. Problem solving. Okay. Problem solving is a skill that you should have. Problem solving is a skill that you should have to become an entrepreneur. Very good. Yes. What else? So communication. Communication is another one. Communication. Someone says you should be a good communicator to be an entrepreneur. Very good. Very good. Talent. You should have talent. Someone says you should have talent. Okay. Talent. Knowledge of business. Knowledge of business. Wonderful. Knowledge of business. So innovation. Burning desire within him, which always keeps him motivated. So burning desire. That's wonderful. Burning desire. Someone should have burning desire to build a business. Wonderful. Manage the failure and success. Should have perseverance, is what you're trying to say. Perseverance and handle the ability. Confidence, decision making and confidence. Okay. Someone should be good at decision making. Okay. Okay. So many things. Adaptability, persistence and hard work. Ability of learning different things. Okay. Learning, continuous learning is something that someone is saying. Okay. Time management. Oh, so many stuff. No. I know you're talking about so many things. Problem solving, communication, talent, burning desire. Okay. Perseverance hona chahiye. Talent. Okay. Knowledge of business. Wonderful. All these are taken. I'm asking you a simple question. What is that one thing? Oh, I like that. Courage. Sarat says courage. Logical thinking. Very good. Courage. I like this word, courage. Wonderful. Logical thinking, creating opportunity, believing in ourselves. We should be consistent, hard work till the end. You mean to say never give up. Never give up is another thing that's coming up. Never give up. Okay. Very good. Very good. Never give up. Decision making, logical thinking. Okay. Ability to think better, decision making. Very good. Passion towards dream. You need dreamer to be an entrepreneur. Okay. Wonderful. I see so many things. Self-motivation. That's very, very important. Self-motivation. So, okay, I think I have enough to discuss. Okay. So I'm definitely not going to discuss these terms because you know the meaning of them. I'm not here to discuss words and their meanings. Okay. So yeah, so if it's, there are so many things here said, but let me put it this way. Now I asked, what is that one thing that an entrepreneur should have? Okay, I repeat once again. What is that one thing? I did not say what are the various skill set traits. So one thing to become an entrepreneur, there are many people who are good problem solvers. but they are not entrepreneurs. They are not entrepreneurs. The people who are good at communicating, not necessarily that they are entrepreneurs. There are people, very talented people, but not entrepreneurs. The only thing, if you ask me, that one trait that makes someone an entrepreneur is ability to take risk taking. Now I keep repeating this, and it's very interesting. Risk taking is the only ability that you need to have to be an entrepreneur. That doesn't mean that you just take risk and do nothing else is not entrepreneur. Of course, all the other skills that you mentioned just now, all the skills, yes, he should be self-motivated, he should be problem solver, he should have decent communication. He need not be a great communicator. Decent communication, good enough. Decent talent, good enough. Okay talent, good enough. Risk taking, must have. You cannot be an entrepreneur if you don't know, or if you have never experienced risk taking in life. Self-discipline, yes. Never give up, yes. Dreamer, yes. Decision making, yes. All this can be little less. All this can be little less, but risk taking is an ability or a trait or a personality trait or an inherent risk taking ability. If you don't have it in you, there's some, it's very difficult to become an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurs are made or built or can be sustained. Entrepreneurship can be sustained if you have that ability to take risk. So for me, when I was talking about on a scale of 0 to 10, I am talking about risk taking ability. Now, if your risk taking ability, when I say risk taking ability, I'll tell you in my entire story, when I'm building the phases of entrepreneurship, I'll show you, I'll explain. You might have, at various phases of your life, your risk taking ability might change. I can tell you my risk taking ability. Now let's come back to the story once again. What was my story? In my story, what is the risk did I take? Can anyone tell me what was the risk? By the way, did I take risk? Did I take risk at that age, in 8th standard, when I sold those pearls? Instead of for 300, my dad asked me to sell, I sold it for 600. Did I take a risk? Yes. Yes, I took a risk. Yes. Yes, money management. Someone says yes, but I'm asking yes or no. Just tell me in yes or no. Did I take the risk? Yes, I took the risk, because there was a chance that my dad could have beat me left and right. I still remember I asked this question to my mom: what if my dad gets to know? Rather, my mom asked me, what if your dad gets to know? Do you know what I said at that age? I remember I told her, Amma, what are the chances that the dad, that police officer will meet my dad? There's a very less chance. There was no phone those days. He used to live in Guntur. My dad used to live in Hyderabad. When he'll come, I don't know. And even if he comes, will he discuss, sir, మీరు అప్పుడు నాకు 600 రూపాయలు తులానికి ఇచ్చారు, ఏమి ఇచ్చారు, మా నాన్న కూడా తెలిసి ఉండకపోవచ్చు which packet was sold at what time, if he's going to meet after 12 months or whatever. So there was a calculative risk I took, but I took that risk, right? So now I shared that risk also with my mom. So my mom also took risk. So there is an entrepreneur in her also. But if you ask me, what is the level of risk that I took at that point in time? It was not much. So if I were to, on a scale, today I know the kind of risk I take in life, in business. So I can tell you, if I go and put the numbers on the scale of 0 to 10, that time maybe I was here. My risk taking, maybe here, I was here maybe that time. So I took a decent risk. On a scale of 10, my risk taking ability maybe was 3 or 4 or 5 maximum, because I know various risks I took later in my life. When I built Learnpedia in 2013, from 2013 to 16, I put all my lifetime savings in building the business. My lifetime savings, whatever I made by then, it was loads of money that I made by then. I put in all that money to build a great product. And I believed in that idea. That's the risk. The entire money that I had till date was a risk. I raised 4.2 crores from investors and shared almost 28% of my company with them. And that is the risk that I took in life because I'm answerable to the investors. That's the kind of risk I took later in my life. So I'm saying my ability to take risk kept on increasing. But I'm saying there has to be some level of risk taking in you to be an entrepreneur. Now, that leads me to the question once again. Tell me a story. Tell me a story. Tell me a story wherein you have experienced entrepreneurship in you. Tell me a story where you have actually taken a risk. Risk could be anything. It could be money. It could be risk with something else. But you took a risk on doing something that you believed in and you did something. Tell me that story. You have 3 more stories. Bhargav has already told a story. It did not have risk. It had more of opportunity, which he gathered, captured. But I'm talking about someone who has taken a risk in their life. Tell me 3 more stories. Guys, by you telling stories, let me tell you, your friends will be able to connect to the stories and they will realize their entrepreneurship. Inspire your classmates. Here is an opportunity. Inspire your juniors, inspire your classmates, inspire your seniors. Talk about your entrepreneurial journey till date. Go ahead, share an experience. Very good. I'm waiting for you. I had a risky, sir. What is that? I would like to hear you. I can't see your number or class, so admin has to help me. Sir, please unmute him.
Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Bhargav Naidu Reddy, sir.
Bhargav, Agu Bhargav. I
Yes,
want
sir.
I want to wait. I want to give chance to others. Just wait.
Okay, sir. Okay.
No one. If there are no more 3 voices raised, I'll give you a chance. Where are people? Where are girl entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs? Girls take a lot of risks in life. Go ahead, share. No one will question. Whatever we discuss here will stay here. Don't worry. Come on, children. Come on, students. Go ahead. You're not kids anymore. You're adults. I'm assuming all of you are 18 plus. Go ahead. Share your experiences. No voices, no voices. Come on, come on, come on. Go ahead, Bhargav. You can start now. Maybe you will inspire someone quickly.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
When granite gets collapsed, sir.
I'm listening. Yeah.
Yeah. When granite gets collapsed, that I have in our family got seeking for the opportunities, but our money get invested in the granites, but not at all a pin of money invested or kept in a bank account or not lent to any person. That makes a trouble, sir, when we have not money, but many of the opportunities are seeking our door. But at the time that my father taken moreover once year, I think so, but they have taken from one other person, but we have not, we have no any other opportunity to come, sir.
Okay.
But the time is going on and the 1 year is with us. They are taking the interest every month, but but there is no income on other way.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that risk that I have solved, sir, by consulting my father.
Awesome. Awesome. No, brilliant. No, I already told you you're an entrepreneur. So you're saying here the risk was there was money lying with you,
yes, sir.
wherein your interest needs to be paid. Now you need to get into a business to make money and start paying for that interest,
okay,
and also
okay,
also make money.
Okay, sir. One more thing that not only the economic status makes the business person to as a business tycoon, but the time makes the business person as a tycoon, sir.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
The timing of the business is very important. Yeah, absolutely.
Sir,
Absolutely.
and one more thing, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah.
not only an education person, even a contribute has the time and the very calculated mind, and he can do the every challenge that he can do.
Oh yes, I totally agree. Dhirubhai Ambani is an example.
No, sir, and the local leader also I will take, sir. Raja Reddy, Raja Reddy from Kadapa, who is an owner of color granites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would inspire of him, sir.
Okay, very good. I'm sure there are so many inspiring entrepreneurs all around you. Maybe a chai wala outside your
Sir.
college.
Yeah, one more thing, sir. One more thing, sir. Not the big business icons and the small business laundry persons give more inspire, sir.
Good. Can I have anyone more sharing the experience? No, I heard you, Bhargav. So let's give another chance to someone. Somander sir has put a request to the entire class here. Share your experience. I need at least one more story to go ahead. Otherwise, I'm not going to speak today. Come on. I need one more story. I'm sure you will have some story. Go ahead. One more. Discover an entrepreneur in you. Some risks that you have taken in life. It could be anything. Come on, children. Come on. Go ahead. So that's exactly what I want. Yes. Good job, Vandana. Vandana, very good, Vandana. Can someone unmute her?
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Vandana.
Yeah, the story that I'm gonna share is not a very big thing, but it's
That's
something
okay. It could be very small, Vandana. That's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, my parents used to run a very small tea stall when I was small in school. Yeah, and when I was 5, they just went out for buying some groceries and like that, and I was along with my brother in my shop alone.
Very good.
And we always used to.
How old were you that time?
I was in class 5th, sir.
Very good. Go ahead.
And he was in 3rd class, and we were playing in the shop. And
Okay.
there comes a car, and they asked for tea.
Okay.
And my brother says that no one is at shop, and we can't prepare tea, so just we were playing. And then I thought that my mother was not actually giving us money to buy anything outside, so I thought let's make some money from this. And it was the first time I and my brother tried to prepare some tea.
Okay.
And somehow we managed to do that, as it was at lower height, the stove was at lower height. We managed to do some tea and give it to them.
Okay.
And somehow it was successful, and we gave it to them. We asked the
Wonderful.
help of our uncle to serve it to them. And later on, actually my mother used to sell the tea for 5 rupees.
Yeah.
And I don't know that actual amount, but I said that it was around 10 rupees.
Okay.
And
Wonderful.
those people from North India, and those people don't know what's the actual cost of the tea around in South India.
Okay.
So
Wonderful.
then finally it was around some 80s or something like, and we got around 80 rupees.
Awesome.
And we were happy for that. And
that's nice.
I don't
That's
find
nice.
much risk in that, but one thing is that going near that gas and everything for the first time, it could be some kind of risk. And we didn't even share that to our mother after she came, because we thought that she would scold us or something like that, because as we were kids, she never allowed us to go there.
So there is a strong entrepreneur deep within you. At the age of in class 5, maybe you were not even 10 that time, right? So maybe 9 or 10 years old. Wonderful, Vandana. Very inspiring, very inspiring. I'm sure you might have done much bigger risks in life later on. We'll hear those stories later. Okay. So can I have one more? One more. If someone can be inspired, if Vandana can share a story from our 5th standard, I'm sure you guys have more stories to share. Risk taking could be anything. It need not be related to money. Anything wherein you have taken a risk and succeeded in doing something? Anyone? I'll appreciate. Sir, how many students might be there in the class now? All put together?
Around 220.
Oh, out of 220, we have only 2-3 entrepreneurs. Come on, children. Quick. Okay, so if you want to realize whether there is an entrepreneur in you or not, I'll give you some insights.
Sir, one more student.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Sir?
Yes, go ahead. I'm listening.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah,
As I am from rural area, my father and my grandfather were farmers, so we have to take risk in cultivation.
Okay.
So we decided to start cultivation about silkworms, which are most important. So we started, and government helped. This main role, 90% of my money was invested by the government, 10% by us.
Okay.
So we started it for 1 month. We got 60,000, sir, for first
Okay.
month.
Okay.
So we continued it for 1 year. So say it is not as much as risky, but we continued for 3 years.
Okay. Okay.
So in that days, the government decided to decrease the rate of the silkworm. But we already used nearly 2 to 3 years, 2 to 3 acres of land for the plants. So the income was not nice.
Okay.
So we decided to sell the trees.
What was your age that time?
Sir?
What was your age?
My age at, I think so, that is 14 years old.
Okay. 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 Good.
If we continue that, we may get lost. So we decided to discontinue with the government. As we got some money, government gave us need to 2 to 3 lakhs of money for building shed for the silkworms.
Okay.
And small things what we are required, which we got from the government. So finally discussed with her.
What's your name? I missed out.
Chandrasekhar.
Shekhar, can you tell me what was the risk involved in it? In this episode, what was the risk involved?
Sir, I'm saying that risk is not, but the rate of the silkworm was decreasing by the government, and they are exporting from other countries. So if we do this, continue this, we may lose what the other thing we are doing before.
Okay. Okay. So what you are saying is you could foresee the future problem in the business, and you took a decision
not to continue.
Not to continue. Wonderful. 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 Yes, there's definitely an entrepreneur in you. Absolutely, Chandrasekhar. Wonderful. Wonderful. I got your point. Absolutely. Well taken.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Good. So, I mean, if you really want to see and understand whether there is an entrepreneur in you or not, I believe the secrets lie within you. So when I say the secrets lie within you, the way you should analyze yourself is, know yourself. So I keep saying this, if you want to see, you should know yourself. Now, when I say you know yourself, you should look at, you also know when you are engineers and MBAs, when you go for your job interviews or anything for that matter in life, you always, there is a question which is is asked. What are your strengths and weaknesses? What are your achievements? All these kind of questions come in interviews when you sit for job interviews after your engineering or after your MBA. Now, these questions, so I'm saying, know yourself, know your strengths and weaknesses, so that you understand whether there is an entrepreneur in you, the skill sets needed, because already, so many people talked about various skills here. He needs to be learner, self-motivated, courage, problem solving, communication, knowledge of business, burning desire, and never give up, continuously putting effort. So all these are the traits that we talked about being an entrepreneur. I'm saying it's, one of the ways to test whether there is an entrepreneur in you is to understand and know yourself. And if you really want to know more whether you can build a business or not, I am saying, start something, do something, take risk in life, fail fast, fail. I would say, if you want to win, if you win, you'll keep on winning. If you fail, I'm fine, but fail fast, fail cheap. Fail fast, fail cheap. I am saying, it's something like the risk that I took when in my 8th standard, it was, even if I were to fail, it would have been what? Maximum, my dad would have given me a chata. That means, a thappad or a slap on my face. That was okay. But that episode of my life has changed the way I looked at life. And, it has actually helped me to, become an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur for life. So what I'm trying to say is fail fast, fail cheap. Try different things and discover your passion. I'm saying, try now, fail fast by, discovering or doing different things. Do different things and explore your passion. Explore your passion. Now, if you like something, just try it out. Try it out. You can build businesses. It could be very small business. It could be a business with a risk of say 10 grand. It could be a small event that you conduct in college, or it could be a small event that you conduct in your life. Maybe anything that you would like to do. So let's assume it could be as simple as, your family has a marriage. One of your cousins is getting married. You say that, I want to be an event manager for your marriage. That could be an opportunity you can pick up. Do it and make it happen. Once I took a session in one MBA college, a very popular MBA college, which is, a top 20 business school, wherein one student shared with me a very interesting thought. When I asked him to discover a entrepreneur in him, he said, sir, when he was in his engineering days, he was talking about, he conducted an event, and for that event, they needed roughly close to around 8 lakhs. And someone out of 8 lakhs, there were 6 to 8 boys together, boys and girls together. He got a gang of people to do an event. And that event, it's like he gathered few people, and initially when they booked a hotel for that event, it costed them around 1 lakh of rupees. Now, initial advance had to be paid, and overall the event was costing them 8 lakhs. So they put a ticket price wherein 150 people had to attend, paying some price to gather this 8 lakh of rupees so that they did not go into losses. And these, instead of 150, only 147 turned up. But that's fine. He took that risk, and he says, sir, I took the risk then that, we paid some money from our pocket and we could recover it. Maybe we did not recover totally, but they recovered as much as they could. What I'm trying to tell you is, you fail fast, fail cheap, right? As you go up in your life, your risk will be higher, but to take a higher risk in life, you should start with small risks in life. And that's how an entrepreneur is built in you. So now, how will you know that, you'll be able to do this? See, look for, your inner circle. That's what I keep saying. Look for your inner circle to help you to explore the secrets in you, or an entrepreneur in you. When I say explore inner circle, who are the people who can help you to do something that you are passionate about? Your family. Family doesn't mean it's only mother and father. Family is all people around, your cousins, your brother, your sister, your mama, atta, pinni, chinni, evarana undochu. Anyone from your family, most importantly, your friends, your neighbors, your network that loves you. Now look and explore your inner circle. Your inner circle can help you to explore your passion. Take their help. Take their help. I'm saying the secrets lie within you. You want to check an entrepreneur in you. The only way is, the secrets are within you. When I'm saying secrets are within you, know yourself, understand what best that you can do. What are your skill sets? Try to understand the strengths and weaknesses within you, and try to explore your passion. Fail fast, fail cheap and different things. So I'm saying explore different things using passion. And who are your collaborators? Your collaborators are no one but your inner circle. When I say your inner circle, your inner circle comes with family, friends, and neighbors. In my case, when I took my first risk, my inner circle was my mom. My mom helped me to take that risk at the age when I was just a kid. So I'm saying take their help, become an entrepreneur. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So let's go to the next phase of it. Next phase of my session, which is questions. Now, before I go to the questions, let me quickly ask Sauminder sir, how much time do I have? Sauminder sir, how much time do I have?
Another 10 minutes you can continue, sir.
Okay, good. So questions. So from whatever you have heard until now, you might have a lot of questions to be an entrepreneur. So can you quickly share your questions that you have on your mind so that I can answer? You can type the questions. If you don't want to, you need not unmute yourself. Please ask questions from on the chat box. Go ahead. Yes. What's the first step to be an entrepreneur? Very good question. Good. Yes, more questions. Challenges faced by entrepreneurs. Very good. What is the criteria to become a good entrepreneur? I think we have already discussed the criteria. First, be a risk taker. Rest will fall in place. Only risk make an entrepreneur or anything. No, not really. Risk taking is one of the ability, and rest, there are so many things which your class itself has talked about. So many, all of us, we talked about various skills that the entrepreneur needs to have. He needs to have self-motivation. He needs to be a continuous learner. He needs to be a problem solver. He needs to communicate well. He should have burning desire. He should have knowledge of business. He should have perseverance. So there are so many skill sets that we talked about. But I'm saying risk taking is a very primary skill, like, must have skill, must have trait, must have personality. You might be highly talented, but say, for example, today, Sundar Pichai. Today, if you ask me, is Sundar Pichai an entrepreneur? No, he's an employee. He's a excellent employee, he's highly talented employee. Today, if he leaves the job at Google and builds his own company, that's when he becomes an entrepreneur. Until then, he's still an employee, right? So entrepreneurship is different from being an employee. So you might be highly talented, but doesn't mean that you're an entrepreneur. So entrepreneur requires a different skill set, and that skill set, one defining skill set or a differentiating skill set is an entrepreneur is a guy who believes in taking risk. Now, I keep saying that, let me share, because I only have 10 minutes. I cannot, I don't want to miss out on the main points that I want to cover in this session. So I keep asking this. Maybe you guys were a little slow in responding, so no problem. What is the right age to start business? This one question that every kid asks me. So I keep saying I'll answer. I know I have a few questions that generally that come up in whenever I take a session on entrepreneurship. So let me start with few questions. Let me answer, and that will help you to get a lot of answers to your questions in your mind. Okay. So let me go there. What's the right age to start a business? So when I say what is the right age, give me a second. Yeah. Now, there are multiple ways. So if you ask me, there is no right age, because there are people like the owner of Oyo, right? That Mr. Agrawal, that guy started at a very early age. He just started when he was just 17. He built a business, a multi-billion-dollar business by the time he was 21. So at a very young age. Whereas if you look at a guy like Jack Ma, he built the business. He became an entrepreneur later in his career, in mid 40s. So if you ask me what is the right age, there is no right age. But in the context of Indian community and in our social life, basically, say today you are here. So when I say you are here, you might be in the age group of 17 to 23 today, because you are into engineering or MBA. So you are here. So I keep saying, so let's assume you are an engineer. Let me explain. For an engineer, MBA can relate to it. Typically after engineering, maybe you would prefer working for 2 to 3 years and then maybe pursue an MBA. This is a typical way of becoming entrepreneurs in India, educated children. MBA, and once again after MBA, 2 to 3 years of work, 2 years of MBA here, and think of starting your business and becoming an entrepreneur. So this is a typical structure in which people become MBA, entrepreneurs in India. So few people. So I keep saying this. So if you're 21 here, so you're adding 2 years here, 2 to 3 years, I'm taking average 2.5, this 2 years and 2.5. So if you keep adding this 21 plus this, so 22.5 plus 2 plus, so it's around 7 years. So it looks like 28. But I always say the right age in an Indian context anywhere between 25 to 35. There's a logic behind it. Few people might skip this, directly pursue an MBA and become an entrepreneur. After MBA, you may work or may not work. If you work, that extends. So there might be people who get into entrepreneurship without doing anything at all. So maybe immediately after your graduation also you can start a business. So there is no right age. So when I say appropriate age, I see this as 25 to 35. And I would prefer if entrepreneurship happens before you get married. Because once you get married, it's very difficult to convince, because we have a social stigma in our country. Pre-marriage, we have to worry about parents and convincing parents. But post-marriage, it's just not about parents. You have to convince your wife, their father or wife, in case of a girl, the in-laws. So I'm saying, whether you're a boy or a girl, you have to, convince 2 families post-marriage. Pre-marriage, at least you have to convince 1 family. If you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, that's a different story, but still it's very difficult. So that's what I think. But if you ask me, there is no right age or a wrong age. It's when you desire to become an entrepreneur. So I leave with that. So on this entrepreneur versus job, so this is a question that every student asks me, sir, I have an opportunity, I have an idea, what do I do? Now, if you have a great idea at this age, when you're 21, 22, because that's the best time you can take risk, because you can always go back to a job. Trust me, people ask me, sir, if I go to a job, I start entrepreneurship, I'll build the business for a couple of years. If I fail, if I go to a job, no one will give me a job. No, there will be a lot of people who will be willing to give you a job. There's a guy in my company who works with me. He started his first company when he was in his second year of engineering. He failed, he failed in that first job. So post engineering, he did not take up a job. He started another venture and it was decently successful. He raised almost 1 crore from a very good angel, built a business. It ran for 2.5 years. Once again, it failed. And after that, he worked with a couple of startups. And today he's working with me. Let me tell you, he's an excellent guy. He's one among the best guys that I have in my team. I can say he's best, or he's no less than an IIM graduate with 4 to 5 years of experience. That is the kind of talent that he has. He's just 24, 25, if I'm not wrong. So at that age, he has already built so many things. So the point I'm trying to make here is entrepreneurship versus job. If you have an idea today and you believe that you can execute the idea, please go ahead and become an entrepreneur, right? So if there is a situation in your life, you have a job and it's something like, and you need to, you're not sure about what you do. You're not sure about an entrepreneurship today, and you have a good job to pick up from. If you're not sure about what you have today and you have a job that is available, I would say pick up the job immediately. Pick up the job immediately, work for a couple of years, take some experience in life, make some money, decent money, have some savings, and then maybe venture out when you have an idea to venture into. But for all that, you need to have that deep desire and have that risk-taking ability. Now, let me share, where people ask me, how did you decide? I'll come there. I have one other question to answer. So I hope I've answered this question. On this, anyone has a question? Entrepreneurship versus job? Any specific question? Anything to do with entrepreneurship versus job? You have any specific question? I'll wait for 10 seconds. If you have, just post it quickly. Okay, so let me go ahead. Can I start a business in an area which I am not an expert? So that's a very interesting question. A lot of students believe, I need to have talent for everything. No, I keep saying this, for an entrepreneur, first thing you need to have, generally I keep saying this, every business has some functions. One is sales and marketing. That's one of the functions of a business. You have operations of a business, your skill sets to manage operations of a business. You have HR, everything to do with human, hiring to firing, attracting talent, all to do with HR. And then you have your finances. So these are typically the old-fashioned traditional 4 functions of business. But in today's world, beyond this, you need to have technology, which plays a big role in building a business today. So you need to have a technology or a tech team to build a business. I'm talking about new age businesses. So technology is a very interesting area. So we are talking about, say, out of these 4 to 5 functions that we have in business, even if you are good at one, that's enough. Even if you're good at one area of the business, that's good enough. And of course, out of the business, there is something called a domain expertise. A domain expertise, when I say domain, the domain in which you're getting into business. For example, I'm in education domain. You might be in granite business, some other business. So I'm saying hotel business. So you having a domain expertise. Out of all these 4 to 5, 6 things that we are talking about, even if you are good at 1 or 2 things, you have a domain expertise with a good understanding of sales and marketing. Good enough. Rest of the things can fall in place. You can collaborate with people. You can hire people. You can have best of your friends coming in as co-founders. Couple of interesting people as skill sets. You can buy skill sets. You can have people with good different skill sets to be part of your team. If you can build teams. So let's assume you have a good domain expertise and you're good at people management. You can build teams. You can build people and handle people really well. So I'm saying domain expertise and some leadership skills, decent leadership skills. If this is something that you have, that's good enough. You need not be an expert in a particular area. So even if you don't have a domain expertise, but you have a good understanding of sales and marketing, and you're a good people person, or you're good at sales and marketing and managing finance, anything, I'm saying you need to have one solid thing, that is taking risk in life, being calculative, and have a decent knowledge. And if that is there, you can build a business. I have no funds or family support. How can I start? Now, this is a very interesting question for which I would love to share. I don't know how much more time I have. So, sir, can I take another 7-8 minutes?
Sure, sir. Sure.
Yeah. I have no funds or family support. How can I start? So, I'll quickly share my thoughts so that you'll understand. I did my first business along with my engineering, right? I built a company called Biomathematica StudyView. Now, this company that I built was a small coaching institute in old city of Hyderabad. By the time I was in my final year engineering, I was running a coaching institute with 250 children. My juniors, my batchmates, my seniors were my employees, or I had a very interesting model, 70-30. I used to keep 30%, I used to pay 70%. So let's assume you're a physics teacher. The physics teacher used to get 70% of his physics fee of 1,000, that is 700, and I used to keep 300. For the math that I used to take 100%. So like that, I used to run the company. And for this company, if you ask me what was my investment, why investment was zero. Okay, then I worked in a company called IMS post my engineering. After that, I took a franchisee business of Career Launcher. When I took the franchisee of Career Launcher, my Career Launcher franchisee, I'm writing here is Career Launcher franchisee that I took. The franchisee fee was very high, but trust me, I just invested 51,000 and I had a partner who invested 51,000, and we had enough name in the market. We got some credits for advertising, credits for infrastructure, credits for various things. We were mentally prepared that we will put in more money. We were prepared for putting in 4 lakhs each. This was, I'm talking about 2002. 2002, I was what? I'm 43 now. I'm talking about 18 years ago. So we were mentally prepared for this, but this was just the investment, and that was enough for us to build a business. When we exited, we were running a 3 crore revenue company from this business. Career Launcher, and I built, along with Career Launcher, we used to run a small company called Inspire. I'm talking about way back between 2002 and 2005. Now, here we invested this, but we believed that our family will support us with this 4 lakhs each if required. But fortunately for us, it was never required because we could manage the business from there on. Right? I'm sharing few thoughts. So here, that's there. And let me come to the next. When I built another company, Learnpedia, trust me, I put in, not this, after my Oxford MBA, we started a company called Future Vista. That was post my Oxford MBA. When I started this off, I invested 4 lakhs and I was mentally prepared to put in another 15 lakhs. So totally, I had 20 lakhs in my mind. But trust me, I just invested 4 lakhs and I was mentally prepared for 20 lakhs. So where was this money coming from? Once again, I remember this was a time wherein I was very matured by then. I was an MBA from Oxford. I felt I can take money from my friends from my MBA college, but I never required. Even this, I did it on my own. But when I built a business called Learnpedia, I needed a lot of money. I raised 4.2 crores from the network that I had, my inner circle, and most of my friends from my MBA, friends from my engineering invested in my company Learnpedia. That has helped me to build a scalable business, which is, wherein I almost have 50 odd employees working with me across my businesses today. So the point I'm trying to tell you here is, so the risk levels changed, and the investment levels changed as on when we kept on growing in life. So I'm saying, fail fast, fail cheap. If I were to fail here as an engineering grad, it was okay. If I fail here, it was still okay because I could have always gone back to a job. So I'm saying, start small, take small risks, keep growing. You'll definitely get opportunities to take bigger risks. But there will be cases wherein you might have a great idea, amazing business model, something very disruptive. Someone mentioned there a disruptive business thought, and you are an amazing coder. You have some business that is not existing, very disruptive, and you have such a great idea. If you have a couple of people, build a prototype. Trust me, if you have a business model to scale, people are there to invest. So you can use my email ID. I'm Krishna@uprep.in. I play a role of a mentor. I can connect you with investors also if you need help in reaching out to investors. So quickly, how do I attract investments? That's what the next question. You're too early to attract investors today, but of course there are enough opportunities today. Mudra loans are there. You can get 10 lakhs of investment to start any business. It's easy to get that money. So, you can get that kind of investments from the government. There's a lot of support. Someone said government, sleeping government, politics and all that. Trust me, guys, we think that governments don't do anything. Governments do their own job. They're doing their own. I'm sure there's so much of politics around, but there are enough opportunities in this country. Opportunities are immense. There is enough money. You should all about doing right research, and get the money. And you will get the money. Getting money in this country is not difficult. You should know the right ways. If you need any help, please reach out to me. Definitely not for lavish expenses of your personal whims and fancies. But if you really want to build some business, please reach out to me. I can help you. Krishna@uprep.in. I'm always available if there is a serious entrepreneur in you. You can reach out to me. I'm happy to help. So how do I attract investments for my startups? Great idea, great team. So these are the two things that are needed. You have a great idea. If you have a great idea, you have a initial traction. And if you have a good team, if you have this, trust me, you can attract investment. And there are people who have built great businesses from colleges. Ola today, I don't know how many of you know this or not. Ola, when he graduated out of IIT Powai, he had an idea. He went out, he just raised 1 crore of rupees from his friends from IIT Powai. From his friends network, he raised money and he built today it's a $10 billion business. So these businesses are built, college is the right place. And trust me, guys, people, the world bets on winning horses. When I say winning horses, that's the reason why you need to participate in events in school, college, wherein you participate, you make some achievements in life. When people know, hey, this kid has done really well at school and then college, then did this, that. So few people might say, sir, there are entrepreneurs who have not gone to great schools but did well. Okay, they have got in their personal world out there, which is not a school or college, they might have done some achievements. That has helped people to invest money. Say in that movie Guru, Dhirubhai Ambani's story, if you have seen that movie well, you will see he has achieved some small things in the business that he entered that gave him confidence, and people around him invested initial money on his business. From there, he went to the next level. From there, he went to the next level. So if you start becoming a winning horse, people will invest in you and help you to become a great entrepreneur. What if my idea fails? Absolutely fine. Fail fast, fail cheap, go to the next one. You can build a business and be an entrepreneur. And most importantly, I keep saying this as the end of this session, I'll just tell one small story and end it. The biggest mindset you need to, I'll come there, I'll just tell a story, then you will get this. There used to be a rat, and okay, let me ask you a question. If I put you in you don't know how to swim, I put you in a swimming pool, what will happen? In the middle of the swimming pool, what will happen? You don't know how to swim. I put you in the middle of a swimming pool, which is deep, 8 feet deep or 9 feet deep. I put you in the middle of a swimming pool. What will happen?
We'll get into the water.
Yes, you'll be drowned. I'll get immersed. Yes, you'll be immersed. But let me, in the same pool, I put a rat. I put a rat in the middle of the, we are human beings, right? We are land animals. Is a rat a land animal or a water animal? Is rat a land animal or a water animal? It's a land animal, right?
Land.
Yes. So it is like a human being only. So people test a lot of things on rat to test human beings. So put a rat in the middle of the pool. Do you know what will happen? It'll come out. It'll take every effort to come out. Do you know if rat can come out? Do you know why we don't come out? Do you know why we don't come out? Share some thoughts on the message there. Quickly, I'm going to wind up this session next 2-3 minutes.
Fear, we are not able to take risk.
We have fear. We are heavy. Oh, someone says we are heavy. No, that there are tests, enough tests when a small 6 months old or 1-year-old kids are put in water, they swim out. But whereas we who don't know swimming at this age, whatever is the age, even at 17 or 20, if you're put in the middle of the water, you will drown because you have a mindset. We have a mindset. We think, oh, for us to come out, we need to know swimming. Because I don't know swimming, I'll drown. All that is going in your head. Basically, we live with a lot of mindsets. So I say, if you want to be an entrepreneur, the biggest mindset that you should have is not to have a mindset. Don't you cannot become an entrepreneur with a fixed mindset. Have an open mindset, build an open thought process in your life to become a great entrepreneur. I hope you'll become a great entrepreneur in your life. I'm always available if you need help. Thank you so much for all the time you guys have given to me.
Thank you very much, Krishna Garu, and for covering all the topics what we discussed earlier to become an entrepreneur. And definitely your deliberation will help our students, and in future also they may have some doubts, and so that we will invite you once again to clear all their doubts and all. Thank you for inviting our thank you for accepting our invitation. I am very much thankful to our director sir, Professor V.V. Nageswara garu, principal sir S. Srinivas Rao garu, and heads of the department, and as well as all the IIC members and IIC in charge, Mr. Satish Kumar sir, and all the students, those who have participated in this program. So particularly the branches like civil engineering, as well as mechanical, EEE, CSE, IT, MBA, all the branches they attended. And because the platform is small, so many students have not attended. In future they may attend, and they have interacted with you in such a way that definitely they are going to build their careers as an entrepreneur. So thank you very much for taking this session in an interactive way, as well as motivated our students to become an entrepreneur. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you.
You can leave now, sir.
Yeah.